What's going on, everybody? My name's Connor O'Toole. I go by Connor on Chain, and we're going to be taking another deep dive into the crypto market. So I'm going to talk everything crypto, and specifically, I want to talk about real-world assets and RWAs as a narrative in crypto. So this is something that I've seen very mixed thoughts, mixed reviews on, just in general. So real-world assets means, in essence, any sort of, whether it's an NFT project, a crypto project that is actually backed by some sort of actual asset, or whether it's a project that aims to tokenize real assets, as in like real estate or any sort of other Web 2 or legacy sort of industry like that, if you call it. So we're going to talk about real world assets, a couple of projects that I'm watching that are very low market cap that I think could perform exceptionally well if and when this narrative takes off. But I have seen a lot of mixed reviews on it, like I said. So I'm just on CoinGecko right now. I actually want to look and see. Oh, all right. Well, there goes my thing. And let me, what am I doing here? 1 second. Float on top, bro. Look at this shit. All right, let's see. So I'm going to look at the categories and see if there's an actual category for this yet, because that I'm not too sure about. So there is number 48. So the whole market cap itself of this whole narrative, it looks like, is around what, 500 million or 600 million. So okay, so that's not tiny, that's something that's definitely on the rise. There's a lot of interesting projects that are being built around real world assets. And I kind of want to speak on the idea that people really think it's kind of a BS narrative. I've seen some, whether it's YouTubers, whether it's people on Twitter talking about this. And I honestly don't know why, because I think over the super long term, this is going to be one of the most important and key aspects of investing in the future of whatever it is, literally in anything, bro. Just imagine a lot of different assets that are legacy in Web 2 right now just digitized or tokenized on chain, as in if you want to buy property, bro, because I am super into real estate as well. If you want to buy properties, you want to buy real estate, but if you can do it digitally and buy tokenized real estate, you can buy small percentages of each and every property. And imagine that as a new type of portfolio that you can actually invest in and hold long term. Once this sort of, this narrative comes to fruition and actually has, the backings and just the years of experience and trust of the population, it's got a long way to go, don't get me wrong, but it's just like these kind of ideas. I think this is a very, very bullish narrative. Maybe for this coming cycle, maybe some of these projects might not perform like crazy because other narratives are going to take over. Like, as always, memes, AI, a lot of these might take over some of these, but in my opinion, again, this is a clear, I think a real, absolute important fucking narrative that people need to have this on their radar. Just in the super long term, it's something you have to be watching. So we're going to jump into the tokens right now. So the first one that I've seen on my radar that I find very interesting is actually called IXS. That's the ticker, IX swap. So market cap's 1.8 million, 0.8. That's pretty good and already so far. But what IX swap really is they're aiming to be whether it's a DEX or some sort of swap for security tokens and future RWAs. I think that's a great fucking... Dude, I can't even talk today, bro. That's my fault. I think it's such a great idea because I think the future of many stocks and many companies that are actually wanting to digitize and use a global network rather than just joining the stock market, and they're the US stock market, for example, they can benefit very, very well by just having an open global standard of people that can just join in and just, trade whenever they want, like certain assets or certain companies and like real Web 2 companies on chain. But yeah, this is IXS. This is something I think this really could pull some crazy moves if this narrative can take off, like I assume it will. I'm not 100% that this is going to be the biggest narrative by any means this run, because I know this narrative kind of existed, but it wasn't what it is now. In the last bull run, even 2 bull runs ago, it kind of was. But it's like when you try to speculate so far into the future, it's like it's almost like people are trying to speculate in the future, but as close to the future as possible very often. Like a lot of times, if you're trying to speculate 20, 50 years out, no one's going to be like interested in that because it's way too far out of reach. And I feel like still in today's industry and standards, some of these ideas are still pretty out of reach. But IX swap is something that is not. This is already something that's being done. And this is some alpha too for people. If you don't know what security tokens are, I want you to go to let's see if I can find it. Security token market. This has been out for a long time. I've had these not really on my radar like crazy, but this is almost like a coin market cap, but for security tokens. And you know what? Let me see here. Let's go to about. Yeah, I mean, so this is something I want people to look at. I'm trying to find this one thing. I don't think it's even here. But anyway, security tokens. Just look into this. These are really dope. There's one that INX. INX is its own exchange, and what security tokens are trying to do is they just want to basically follow the regulated way of crypto and become the legal standard of the future of tokenizing of assets. That's what these projects are. That's what they're aiming to do. They're trying to make, whether it's certain Web3 ideas, make them legal and assist them in Web2 ideas into actual projects out of that. There's a bunch of different types of projects and stuff here. Like INX here is actually an exchange, like a regulated exchange. But I'm pretty bullish on that. And like you can see the market caps, these are tiny. EGX, I've actually never really looked deep into this, but market cap's massive. But a lot of these projects too, some of them are like real companies that are just, starting to mess on chain and mess around on chain and stuff like that, which I think is pretty interesting too. But IX swap, that was number 1. And I'm not going to lie, I got to find number 2. Where did I have that up? So let's go to... bro, this is like my brain sometimes, I swear. Let's go to my research, bro. I'm not even going to hide this. Like a lot of these projects I'm watching... Oh, wow. That's just... Dude. Okay, I would have 2x'd literally overnight. That's sick. Yo, I can't find it. I actually do not remember what it was. What was it called, bro? That's ridiculous. That's what it was. Acquire Fi. I'm gonna like showing you guys all my notes. I got so many video ideas, so many just dope things I want you guys to know and talk about in the future. Like, you have no idea. I'm so bullish on this stuff. So yeah, acquire.fi. I'm actually just gonna pull up history. So this is another project where, I have not looked insanely deep into this, but just from a market cap perspective, bro, 0.28, that's all right. But this is a brand new Oh, I take that back. So it launched in November. It's been going down ever since for a long time, and I just think it doesn't have any attention, any sort of literally attention. Like I just said, I said it twice in a row. But this is a similar idea. Seamless fundraising, strategic M&A, effortless OTC secondaries. Like they are trying to just bring real world assets into fruition, trying to make this actual reality. It like they're trying to be like a launch pad, crowdfunding, stuff like that. But I'm just like kind of showing you guys. That's really interesting because I feel like a lot of these ideas are stuff that I haven't really heard about. But when it comes to securities, tokens, and focusing on regulation coming from that avenue of crypto, it's kind of interesting in like what kind of tools and ideas that people can start to actually bridge into Web3 just from that like perspective. And this is why I kind of like what AcquireFi is doing. I'm not in this project. I haven't bought in. Again, a lot of this is just research purposes, everyone. Like, please understand that. But I'm just showing you guys very undervalued projects, in my opinion. Like, they're a partner with Animoca, too. So I assume Animoca is heavily invested in AcquireFi. A ton of partners already, too. I'm pretty sure it's... Where's this one listed, too? Let me check here. Yeah, so it's already on KuCoin and Mexi, that's pretty bullish, too. But yeah, I mean, these are just a couple that were on my radar. I think real world assets, like in all honesty, are going to perform very well. I'm gonna be making more videos over time on just more projects in this realm in the future. Because again, I like the idea of tokenizing real Web 2 businesses, real Web 2 assets, and making them reality in Web 3, because that's where a lot of traffic and a lot of people are going to actually come from when it comes to bridging Web 2 into Web 3. This is like a huge bridge, in my opinion. And I think to just fade very solid projects that start, really working with working with big companies outside of Web 3, whether it's handling their assets or doing A, B, C, D with them. I think that it's going to cause a huge wave in the market, just being able to do stuff like that. Even the first rendition of anything like that was tokenizing Pokemon cards on Courtyard.io, which is a platform that I made a video on a week or two ago. So check that out. But anyways, guys, real world assets, that's the move. I'm looking into it a little bit. Check these projects out if you guys want to just get more informed, want to learn a little bit more about the industry itself. And I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next video.